Hello, it's August in Australia. Well, it's August everywhere. I have something a bit different in my spreads for August. I wanted to work out a way to use up all these little mini planner style stickers that I have. I've been struggling to work out how to incorporate them into my normal spreads in other themes. Then it was like, how am I going to use these sticker sets in a way that makes sense and that transfers from page to page? So it's working out how to have a meaningful transfer to the next page so it's an actual proper theme. And I've come up with an idea, so stick around and watch what I do. I'm Ruby from the Useful Journal. I create journal spreads in my bullet journal, I do journal reviews, and I love mucking around with washi tape. To go with these sticker sets, I am going to use my gel pens this month. As you can see, I've got quite a large variety, lots of different colours, so it should be enough. Before I even got on to working out how to link the pages, I realised I had a problem with just drawing with gel pens. I'm not like some YouTubers that plan everything out and do the practice spreads before they do their monthly spreads. I just kind of mostly make it up as I go. It probably shows. The gel pens weren't looking good, and I realised that I needed to flesh them out a bit with my water-based markers. I used my Tombows and it was already looking better, but because I had just used them to fill in space rather than shading properly, it still didn't look great. I worked out that I could still keep the gel pen look by drawing over the top of the Tombows, and that ended up looking okay. On my title page spread, I used a set of stickers that are based on transport. These stickers weren't planning size, and because they were bigger, they were perfect for the title page where there was more space to fill in. I like the transport theme, but I needed to work out a logical way to connect to the next page, and here you find out what my whole theme is based on. It's a little papercraft mechanism in the form of cutting little doors between each double page spread. So, on my first page, I have the train going into a tunnel, which is why the transport theme worked, which can be a black hole, and then you can flip open the tunnel to see what's on the next page peeking through. In this case, on the second spread, I'm switching to a sticker set based on a girl and birds and flowers, and I used one of the girls to peek through the tunnel opening. To make it make sense, the doors have to work both ways. So on the next spread, I had to make sure that when you looked back through the door that something was there looking through. And I'd forgotten to incorporate that into my spread on the first double page. So then I had to add in this rabbit and worked out how to position him so that he was looking through the door into the new double page spread. I then moved on to the next double page and worked out how to incorporate that door into that spread. So I drew a little house around the door and chose a girl to be standing next to it, about to look through. I somehow managed to not notice that my memory card was full. I left off about there. We opened the door, we see the little girl, over and over, and then I've just used this sticker set over the whole page, much simpler than the previous page, of course, but I've got a more condensed layout. And then the little door to go next page is the dog kennel. We open it up and that's where my next one's going to be. On my next sticker set, I had to work out what would look good through the doors, and I only had one person in the whole sticker set, the waving farmer. So I would use him for one of the doors, and then the other door I decided to put a log with a rabbit sitting on top. This was perfect because it had to be quite small to be seen through the tiny door that I'd created as the dog kennel. You'll see here that the other reason I had a girl looking at the door on the previous page was so that when you opened the dog kennel door on the next page, you could open it and see the little girl looking through. What I didn't think about carefully in this spread with the farmer was where the next door would be on the following page. You can see I've got the rabbit there sitting on his log, and I haven't really thought about where my next door would be, and that ended up becoming a problem. The first door worked fine. You can look through the tree and you can see the girl on the previous page. I ended up having to put a sticker down as a tree and using that as my door. Then the problem was the farmer's head was cut off. So then I had to go back and I had to move my sticker. Fortunately, I was able to lift it off the page without tearing. It didn't stick down too well though, again, so I had to use collage medium to stick it down on the page properly, and then his little face was showing through the door properly. I did all the lettering with a gel pen, and the lettering is based on a post in my Pinterest board, which I've put a link to in my description. It's very simple. Then we get back to the cutting of doors. This time I've used a fishbowl as my door. The previous page, you can see I turned the back of that tree into a bird cage and only half the bird cage opens. Through the fishbowl, I then go to the next sticker set, which had much more, on these pages I had much more restricted space for doing my doors and stickers because of the trackers. And so there was a bit less flexibility about where doors could go. And so there was a bit more fiddling around to get stickers in the right place. And I had to move things a couple of times. You can see I've had to use my ruler a lot more to try and measure space to make sure that stickers are lined up accurately and my doors don't need to be cut through the actual tracker. And I kept it fairly simple. The back of the fishbowl I turned into a pot plant, and then on the next page I have just a door being an actual door. That then opens on to the next spread, which has a completely different style of sticker set that is just lots of little characters, dumpling type characters that are doing various little scenes, and the doors are again just doors. And then I move to a completely different sticker set again. This is an autumn based set that has lots of forest animals and autumn leaves. So because of the forest animal theme, I have an owl sitting on a branch next to a tree, and I have a burrow. And the burrow is for a little rabbit. And because of the black, it concealed where my cutting line was going. I didn't cut exactly along the edge of the burrow. I cut a circle out because that would make it easier to do something on the other side that made sense. My little rabbit being stuck on there. And then on the next page, you can see each time I turned a page, I traced that shape back on the previous page so that I knew exactly where stickers had to go and where I couldn't put other things. On each page, you end up with 2 opening doors, but you also need 2 stickers placed so that they show through those doors to the other pages. My owl is sitting up in a tree, and I coloured this in with Tombows, having learnt from the first page that the gel pens didn't do a great job of colouring in. And I've got a little chipmunk sitting in the tree talking to the owl. On the following page, I turned that round door that was in the burrow into an igloo door because I was moving to a theme based on penguin stickers. I just had a whole sheet of really cute little penguins. So I have an igloo, and then my other door is just a tall icy door. created lots of penguin scenes around those doors. Then I move on to a new set, which is kind of a camping outdoors themed sticker set. And I have some running people just showing through the top door, and then the bottom door, I'm quite proud of this. I concealed it as a tent, and I think it turned out really well. Again, you have to prepare for the fact that you've got to have something showing through the door for the next page. And that tent shape was a bit awkward, so I didn't turn that into a door on the following page. It was a door, but it wasn't one that made a lot of sense, because while I could show someone sleeping inside the tent when you look through the tent, looking back on the other side, I just had a little squishy character with an umbrella rather than a door. Here we're getting into my daily entries, my diary basically. So the space was a bit more flexible again. The hardest pages were definitely the trackers because of the limited space. This is my final spread, and yeah, lots last cute stickers looking back through the tent, and that's my theme. I hope you enjoyed my August spreads. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you'll get lots more ideas on how to use your bullet journal or simply use dot grid journals. See ya.